Welcome back. We're on live 3 of 3. We did 3 today. I think the last live was the most confused I've ever been on a reading in the Nancy Guthrie case. It was like something was blocking me. But at the very end of that live, I do think we were hitting somewhere. So hopefully you'll have better luck than I have. Now remember, you guys, it is your turn to ask the questions. We're going to start off. Oh, I closed the window I needed. We're going to start off with our members who are our sponsors and allow them to ask the questions that they have. And then we're also going to hand it over after that to our beautiful subscribers, our beautiful loving family, and let everybody ask the questions that they want to ask. So let me go over, get that all set up. We're good to go. I am not a psychic. I don't play one on TV. I'm not a medium. I don't talk to the dead. Also, I don't do spirit boxes. Jesus is my Savior. God is my God. And with that being said, go ahead, ask anything you want. Remember, it is all my interpretation of the cards. Just my humble opinion. It is not factual. It is energy readings. I always say take it with a grain of salt, but you can take it however you like. Do your own research, form your own opinions. All right, my lovelies, we're going to start at the top here and see what we have. Jennyville's up. Are y'all ready? Now, I pinned the question right down here for you. So the question is the original plan currently being changed? Oh, in the Nancy Guthrie case, is the plan, the original plan, currently being changed allegedly? Aw, and Ned just shared 5 memberships. Thank you, lovely. Thank you. I'll come back to that in just a minute. Let me just pause my chat right there. Thank you, lovely. So let's answer this question. Is the original plan being changed? We have significant others. We have, this would be spouse. Nancy doesn't have a spouse, living anyway. So that's significant in the sense of family. Okay, so is the plan being changed currently? We have family communicating. So communication from family, allegedly. Confusion and the scrubber. I always call him the scrubber, but whatever. King of Pentacles is long-term stagnant energy. But he does look very confusing and camouflaged and just kind of like interesting there. It would lead me to believe that there is somebody that is communicating chaos on purpose. Is it being changed, the original plan? We do have this communication, but I'm not getting the straight answer if it's being changed. Interesting answer, though. Is it being changed? Death, scorpionic energy, definite change. This is transformation of the plan. So now the plan is communicate too many options, like to draw attention to this person or that theory or this theory. Just overload, information overload of possibilities that could or could not be true. And so therefore we have long term and it getting stagnant, like the case becoming cold. This is very mundane, day to day, getting back to, the way it was, in a sense. It's not the past, but it's the way this king works. So we have scorpionic energy changing the past. So I would say technically that would be a favorable for that situation, to the original plan to have changed. Interesting. I think we got a little tip there when we asked that question. Thank you, Jennyville. Appreciate you, lovely. Thank you, Zozo. That's right. Put a Q before you ask. That way I see it. Let's see who else we have. Nikki, question, was Nancy scared of Annie? Was Nancy Guthrie scared of Annie? Before I answer this, I want to give a shout out real quick. I'll come back to you, Nikki. I just want to do a quick shout out here to Anid for those 5 memberships. And I'd like to welcome Robert, Tina, Indigo, Legally Guilty, Factually Innocent, Gray Wolf, all as our new private eyes. Thank you, Anid, so very, very much. I'm going to give you the go. Oh, maybe. Thank you, lovely. I appreciate you. I do. All right, let me scroll. Let's see. Where do we got to go? Here it is. Was Nancy scared of Annie? Thank you again, Anid. That is so kind. Be sure and give Anid a big hug. Say thank you if you got that membership. All right. Was Nancy scared of Annie? Was Nancy scared? Okay, what do we have? We have victory. So we have 6 of Wands, which is a favorable to the answer. It's also about getting attention. We have a solid Ace of Pentacles there in a sense of yes. And then we have family. That is a favorable answer. I wasn't expecting that. I would have thought, no, of course not. But the cards are suggesting that that is a victorious answer. Aces are always a yes. So we have this Ace of Pentacles and we have that family. 2 of Cups, all alleged. I would lean toward highly likely. Highly likely. Isn't that interesting? I am learning so much today. Thank you, thank you. And Nid, hello, lovely. Did Nancy plan her disappearance with her cousin? Did Nancy plan her disappearance with her cousin? Maybe she was scared of Annie and she ran away. Okay, so did Nancy plan her disappearance with her cousin? We have this in my head worry, a nightmare I can't wake up from. Like something just keeps repetitively happening and playing in my brain again and again and again. And it's the can't eat, can't sleep, can't think card. We have this King of Wands. This is somebody powerful, somebody that unreliable in a sense, but they're also full of passion. And then, did Nancy plan this with her cousin? Very interesting because we have this meeting, this 3 of Cups meeting, gathering of spirit. And there's that 3 of Cups on the 5 of Cups spilt. And then we have the illusion. So I'm not going to say it's with a cousin. I'm not going to say it's with a cousin. But it does look like this illusion was because Nancy had worry or family had worry. There was some underlying belief that Nancy might be in danger of this unsortly person. And so they gathered up their energy and pretended illusion that her cups spilt blood on the porch. I won't say cousin, but I will say it does look like she is afraid before she's kidnapped. She's in her bed, she can't eat, she can't sleep, all this. It's as if there's communication that there is a stalker, that there is somebody, and maybe there was. Or maybe that was something Nancy was led to believe. But it's like she did go and meet with her family in a sense here, and we have the illusion. So I won't call it the cousin, but it could be family. Thank you, lovelies. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let me go back because I don't know why, but for some reason, is y'all's computer screwing up? Because like just now, the entire screen disappeared. I've never seen that before. All right, I'm going to go ahead, open it up to subscribers, our beautiful 1111 family. And hopefully it'll come over here too. There we go. All right, now we're going to jump around, okay? Jump around. Let's see who we have. We're just going to grab a random question from somebody that has not had a chance to ask yet. Dana, hello, lovely. Yo to you too, lovely. Good to see you. Question: were police in any way complicit to Nancy's disappearance, allegedly? Were the police in any way complicit in Nancy's disappearance? Yes. Landed on my wrist. Popped up. I haven't grabbed the card at all. Self-cup of love. somebody was taking a self-cup of love in designing this situation. Look. The plan of confusion. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, you know. You've got the self-cup of love that's overflowing. Somebody is taking a self-cup of love. You have the plan. These are the builders. The architects. You have the builder. The architects have the blueprint. This is the Three of Pentacles, the plan. We have the Seven of Cups. Again, overwhelming confusion. So the plan is overwhelming confusion. The question is, were the police confused or were they helping? Allegedly. Inconsistent, unreliable, all over the place. Maybe that was their job, to obscure the investigation, to keep it stuck. Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, stuck. It's a plan, but no action taken. This almost would say that law was actually part of the plan to keep this not working the right way. You know what I mean? Like inconsistent, confused, or somebody kept the police confused, and we have that person defending themselves. So someone was keeping, the plan was they wanted to take a self-cup of love. They are purposely, the plan is to keep law confused, to be inconsistent and keep this stuck, to defend themselves. Am I correct in my assumption? Hierophant, this was a pact. This is an oath that they've taken. So I would say that they weren't just complacent, that they were actually being misled, that they were being given incorrect information. Maybe they were just more than complicit. Okay. That was a good question, Dana. Thank you. Appreciate that. Antoinette, hello, my beautiful. Question, could SG take Nancy away to protect her from T and A demands? Did SG take Nancy? I've got that self-cup of love right there with confusion, but let's continue. Did SG take Nancy away to protect her from T and A? King of Pentacles, scrubber. Just saying. Stuck energy. The law. That can be very powerful people. That's the boss guy. And victory. And behind the boss guy, we have a hidden card. The plan. And victory. This would suggest that it is very possible that they did not tell Annie and Tommaso the real plan. Oh my gosh. Was Annie and Tommaso set up to look like they did this? Was Annie and Tommaso set up to look like they were the ones? We have Six of Swords, which is, traveling to calmer ground. And it's movement, it's travel. Was Annie and Tommaso set up? We have the illusion. Ace of Wands, and lay this to rest. Annie and Tommaso may have been set up. So you're asking if it was protecting Nancy. I don't have any protection cards on the table. But I won't say that they weren't set up. We have this scrubber plan of victory with travel, with this illusion. We've got this boss card with this aha idea to lay this to rest. Interesting. So I can't honestly say that I saw any protection for Nancy away from Tommaso and Annie in that question, but there was other information. JG George, hello, lovely. Did Nancy pass at the hands of Annie? Allegedly. We have ignore and we have the devil. We have overlooking. Four of Cups is like not seeing it when it's right in your face. And we have devil. So you're asking, did Nancy pass at the hands of Annie? We have a plan of the Queen of Wands, the powerful one that's taboo, that you just would never think this person would do this. It seriously looks to me like it's saying that there's no positive here. So this would be negative. It's not because of Annie, but there's more to the answer than that. It's almost saying that there was deceit in a plan to suggest Annie. So this is saying this is a plan to suggest Annie. Almost like putting Annie in the spot to take somebody else's, to put Annie in that spot. You know what I'm saying? To say it was her, not me. I'm on the right path. Look at this. Look at this. I'm on the right path. So we have Ace of Pentacles. Yes. The confusion. Stuck on Annie. Scapegoat. That's what I'm trying to say. Scapegoat. Was Annie the scapegoat, you know? That's what it almost is looking like, you guys. Wouldn't that be interesting? Zoe, hello, lovely. Is Nancy aware she is a missing person if she is alive? If Nancy is alive, is she aware that she is a missing person? Allegedly? Let me grab a drink real quick, sweetie. Check out our 1111dex.com store. Not really. So either she's not alive or she does not know she's missing. Is Nancy aware if she's alive? The Lovers. Choice between two. So this has got me. This is Gemini energy. It's the Lovers. It's basically a choice between herself and someone else. And we have this abandoned. So we have a stinky offer of confusion, the spilt cups, the Emperor, and the Cup of Knights, the offer. This would say that there was betrayal in what Nancy knows. That there was a decision made to abandon something. This offer came in by, it could be the feds, it could be somebody that's the boss guy, that said something bad had happened, unfortunately, caused her to be confused, and a stinky offer. I'm not sure she is alive anymore, because that would almost suggest that she fell for whatever was being told to her. Maybe this whole thing was just too much for Nancy. Protection. Stuck protection. Interesting. All right, lovelies. Let's see what else we have. We're going to go all the way to the bottom and get some of our subscribers a question. Nanette, was the blood evidence on the porch staged? Ooh, good question. Very, very good question. Was the blood on the porch staged, allegedly? There's that plan that's stuck. Oh, sorry. With the movement. Was the blood staged on Nancy Guthrie's porch? That was a weird clapper and it spun. So we do have the stuck card, the plan, of travel and put the burdens down isn't really telling me if that was staged. We have holding back, repetitive. Was it staged? Was the blood on the porch staged? There's so much regret about this. But it's not really telling me if it's staged or not, to be honest. What we have is stuck energy, 2 of Wands, which means you've made a plan, but there's no follow through at this point. So they had a plan. They were going to do it a certain way. They were going to travel. They were going to put their burdens down. But something held them back. And the past caught up with them, and it was regretful. So it's not telling me the answer. Bottom of the deck, the moon, something at night, defending oneself. Defending oneself, Ace of Swords, the clarity, yes. It would tell me that the blood isn't what we think it is. That there is some deceit as to how the blood really got there. It would tell me that there was something that happened at night. It's defending oneself completely. And that's the clarity. There is a struggle, y'all. I don't know why they say there's not a struggle. I'm seeing a struggle. And yeah, it's staged. But then, real crap happened. Like they were going along with something and they were like, come on, Mom, let's do this. Or come on, whatever, let's do this. And then it went all awry. And that's the message. It led to death. This did not go as they planned, whoever the planners are. And she passed away according to this, so I'm not sure. Mrs. Colombo, hello, lovely. Question, did Nancy stage her own disappearance to get away from her family and their greed? Ooh, good question. Did Nancy stage her own disappearance to get away from her family and their greed? Okay, so we have a negative to that. Highly unlikely. We do have abandoning the house and a witness watching. Why abandoning the house and then watching? Family? Hold on, y'all. With confusion. Y'all, I'm going to be honest. This is the worst I've ever had for confusion in my answers. The worst of all reads I've done over all these years. Today, I feel like we're almost being blocked from getting the answer on Nancy Guthrie. So, we're going to stop the questions for a minute. I need to understand this energy that I am up against because it feels like a strong wall got put up in front of me when it comes to Nancy's energy. What is this wall that I'm feeling? Opposition. There it is. Polarity, balance, yin and yang energy, drama, tug of war, power, struggle, and obstacles. I knew it. I'm right. So we have normal, forward motion, straightforward, visible, and noticeable coming next. So maybe it's just for today or the next few days, but there is a polarity that is blocking this. We have Saturn, restriction, right? Restriction to tradition. So I'm definitely picking up the energy of being blocked. It's not just in my head. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah. Stinky offer and 10 of Cups, yes. Interesting. Just had to ask that because I can feel it. I can feel it. Silk and Velvet question. Did Savannah get help through the political channels to keep her quiet due to some secret she found out from Savannah? Whoa, what? Y'all, please keep it very simple. I can't answer these questions when I don't even understand them. Did Savannah get help through the political channels to keep her quiet due to some secret she found out from Savannah? Okay, I'm going to just reword that. Was Nancy taken in protection because of something she learned? Was Nancy taken into protection because of the information she learned? There's that abandoned card. We have attention. No. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Look at this. The reason Nancy was taken is not because she found out some information that Savannah had secret, and so Savannah had to hide her. The reason she was taken is because somebody felt left out in the cold and wanted to be the star again and get all the attention. And so this was done in secrecy so that they could regain their position and what they considered was their birthright, which is that fame and fortune. So we have the moon and the stars, right? Wow, I get it. Oh, that took me to a whole new level to see that. Maybe I'm off too a little bit because that threw me to get that blocking. I've never had that when it comes to Nancy. Hey Gail, hello again. Welcome back. Did Savannah dress up like Porch Bert the night Nancy disappeared? You're gonna get the goat. Gail, I've been waiting for this question. Did Savannah, oh, I unpinned it. There it is. Did Savannah allegedly dress up like the Porch Perp the night Nancy Guthrie disappeared? Did Savannah Guthrie allegedly dress up like the Porch Person the night Nancy Guthrie disappeared? Allegedly. Okay, what do we got? Yeah. We have the Five of Swords, a fight to win at all cost. We have cutting something out. Two of Pentacles. And we have stuck. Hold on, y'all. Knight of Pentacles, cutting out, stuck. Did Savannah dress up as the Porch Perp? We have the abandonment, the choice between two, the protection to keep somebody out of their mind, out of their head. It's not telling me yes or no. It's saying there was somebody that was willing to fight to the death to win at all costs. They needed to cut something out because they were stuck. They were locked up in their head. They could not get out of their head. They were trying to make something work that wasn't working, right? They were trying to force something to work. And there was a choice between two. This could be about, could this be the co-host and could this be Savannah? A choice between two. And they had fear. They had fear they were going to be abandoned. But the question is, did Savannah allegedly pose as the Porch Perp? Final answer. The seer has spoken. We have the divine. No, we don't, because it's a knight, not a king. So the seer has spoke. All right, so the seer, we have an offer of betrayal. An offer of betrayal. I would love an ace. I'm not getting it. I've got this offer of betrayal is like evidence to give to someone. Get a new perspective. King of Wands. I would say not necessarily a yes. I do believe it is, but it's not telling me yes. It's saying that somebody's locked in their head because they're not getting the attention they want, and so forth. But it's not telling me if that person, it's almost like my cards are lagging. Like I asked the question, but I'm getting the answer from the previous question before it. Then I ask the next question, and I'm getting the answer to the previous question. Like a lag. And that's what I've been experiencing all day in life. Knight of Swords, swift action with this evidence, which is that spilt blood on the porch, the regret, is devil and hidden. So it's a lie. Ace of Pentacle, yes. The Tower, yes. We got all the yeses, right? So I can't guarantee it because the aces are so far deep by now that it could have been a yes to a different part of my question. So I am not able to answer your question, Gail. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I would think yes, but that does not mean that that is the way the cards are saying it. There are things in black magic. That's right. Question. Thank you, Silks. Savannah, is there any mental issues with her? Okay. Is there any mental issues allegedly with Savannah? Yes. And that was the most clear answer so far. Queen of Swords, truth spoken. And there's that Knight of Wands. She does things without a lot of forethought. She just takes action without thinking of the consequence. Bottom of the deck, we have that evidence. That spilt milk, spilt blood on the porch. We have the secret to win at all costs. The plan of protection and communication of her past. Holding back, greed. Getting a wish come true. Cutting something out. To judgment. Damn. Wow. That's wild. So the question, is there any mental issues? I'm getting a strong yes on that. All right, card recharge time. I'm going to ask something real quick. I'm going to shuffle 3 times, knock, and then I'm going to get our answer. I have a follow-up of my own. Thank you, Jesus, for the direct answer and allowing me to see it clearly without interference, and thank you. Show me the energy blocking me at this time. The Wheel of Fortune. Somebody's wish. Show me the energy putting protection around Nancy, and thank you. Family. Family. Show me the energy putting protection around Nancy. Family. Is Annie putting spells around this? Trying to make us forget Nancy. That's what the spell is. To ignore Nancy. Wow, and that's all. Ace of Swords. Clarity, divine gift, the illusion. And look, death card right there. Ace of Cups, self-love. They want this ended. They have put a spell to end all this. Truth spoken. That's the Tower. They want this laid to rest swiftly. They've made a decision. They've embarked onto this deceit. And they've decided to move to calmer grounds by planting, staging, communication to get a whole new beginning and hold back the truth. Leave it stuck about Nancy. Yep. That was my question because I can feel it. But it doesn't stop us. All right, one more question. Thank you for your time on that. Let me see what's going on here. Ooh, good question. May Jones, was Savannah paying rent on the rent house the perps were staying in before Nancy disappeared? Was Savannah paying the rent for the hired perps before Nancy disappeared? Was Savannah paying the rent allegedly for hired perps before Nancy disappeared? We have the Scrubber and the Empress. OMG. This is Savannah's energy most likely. This is the Scrubber. Were they paying, allegedly, the perps rent? We've got family, and we don't have a perp, y'all. We have major arcana, major arcana, major arcana, and we have family. We don't have a perp. We have family. Truth spoken with justice, the clarity of the sun. We have a king involved that is dealing with work. We don't have a perp. We have this King of Pentacles, somebody that's well off on their own, that can pay all day long. King of Perps, King of Pentacles. This is somebody that don't need financial help from nobody, and they ain't no working thug. This is the king. This is the one that does his thing, and he's been doing it a long, arse time, and he's totally secure in his world. We have family card, Two of Cups. We've got the Death card, Scorpionic energy, transform this. We've got the Empress, the Savannah card. She thinks she's holier than thou, right? She thinks she's holier than Jesus, in my opinion. And we have the Justice card, balancing something out with law. We have the Sun, the Today Show, also clear knowledge with the King of Cups. That's the only other king. I believe that this king is somebody in the family, because we had the family card, and work. This King of Cups could also be a business like NBC or something like that. And then we have work. I don't know. That King of Cups, I guess, could be the perp. Work. I'll let you be the judge. I'm not seeing that there's a perp. The perp's not going to come up as a king. The king, all four kings are someone good on their own right. At best, a perp is going to be a knight, right? These are kings. These are people that are solid in their own right. So that's why I don't see a perp. They could be a page too, a messenger. I don't see this. All right, my lovelies. I plead the blood. I plead the blood of Jesus over us. Thank you, Mama D. Thank you, Priscilla Jones. Thank you, lovely. Appreciate that. Summon the devil's work and it comes back to the person doing it. That is so true. Nanette says, question, is Annie a high priestess in her Wiccan clan? Let's ask that one more question. All right, this is it. This is the big one. Is Annie a high priestess in her Wiccan clan, allegedly? I quit. I quit, right? Because you got your answer. There's no reason to read any further. The high priestess. Right there, it popped out. Yep. That's pretty dang strong. Yep. And Savannah claims that Annie is very powerful. Annie claims that her husband, Tomato, is the secret manifester, the powerful manifester. Oh, my chest. I did my best, y'all, but either I can read through the energy or I get blocked sometimes. Doesn't happen all the time, and it certainly won't last. But you have to remember right now, in the astrology, I'm a Gemini, and I'm just going to say Geminis are not having the easiest week right now. That's the truth, because Mercury, which is our ruler, is in opposition to a lot of good stuff out there. So, they picked the right time. In other words, when my energy is in the astrology, is that it's like most suppressed to push me back. But that all changes, because just in a day or so, all the energies change. I also have a Sagittarius full moon, which also means that there could be a little bit opposition for me. However, it's all about to change, and we'll get our energy back. However, I will say strongly that that high priestess came out for a reason. And I think I understand who is protecting Nancy Guthrie's energy from having a read. All right? All right. I tried my very best, Terry. I really, really did. Time for rest. That's right. I'm going to take a day or so to recharge. She's probably as smart as her sister. We knew this. I did anyways. Right? I feel you. Wing It Mom says questions. Nancy in private care at Savannah's Vail, Arizona house. I don't know. I want you to come back and ask that question when I'm at my prime, because I think that's a very worthy question. I really do. But right now the energies are all off. I did good. I got the answers that we could. That was, like I said, I have a lot. It's like I was meeting this brick wall when I'd ask about Nancy, and that hasn't happened before. So I love you very much, and thank you for your chat questions. Amazing questions. That's right. That's right, Dana. Thank you. And thank you to everybody that just watched and tuned in. And I love you. I pray for the truth to come out for Nancy Guthrie. Whatever the truth is, that's what we want. I don't want any more falseness. I just want the straight out truth. The straight out truth. I didn't mean to say the straight ass truth. I meant to say straight out truth. Yeah, we need to recharge. That's right. All right, loves, with that being said, I love you to the moon and back. I will see you in a day or so. I hope you do well and take good care of yourself. Put protection on yourself if you'd like. All you got to do is ask Jesus for it. He's always there. And he loves you. And he loves me. And he protects those that he loves and that you love. Those that love him automatically get protection. So I'll see you again very soon. Oh no, it won't work. Oh, there it goes. Thank you, lovelies. See you again soon. When my eyes are closed in the shadows, my enemies will think they